Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is trigonometry part 9 for angle 45 degree. Okay, we've been able to, for parts 7 and 8, we've talked about angle 60, angle 30, and the condition behind, behind that. Okay, which is equilateral triangle. But for angle 45, we'll be using isosceles triangle. It's an objective question. Which one of the following describes isosceles triangle? The condition, like I've told you, I can use any alphabet to represent my angle. Okay, so in this case I'm using MNO as my, I can use PQR, anything, I can use it, any alphabet I can use that. So the condition for angle 45 is that it must be an isosceles triangle. So what's the meaning of isosceles triangle? All you just need to remember is just this diagram. Okay, the condition. I've given you question related to this. It was intentional because I know I'm still going to mention it. Okay, so it means that the angle of the two sides must be equal, 45 degree, 45 degree. This is already angle 90, where vertical meets horizontal. It's already angle 90. Okay, and the two sides of the isosceles triangle must be equal, which is 1, 1. Okay, so but for equilateral triangle we use what? 2, 2, 2. But for isosceles triangle it is what? 1, 1. Okay, so is this side 1, 1, not the hypotenuse. Of course you should know that where right angle is facing at this time, you should know that where right angle triangle is facing is what? Hypotenuse. So we don't know the hypotenuse, so what we need to do, we already know our Pythagoras theorem to be what? Hypotenuse square. Okay, so you can just say from Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so from Pythagoras theorem, you already know that mn square equals what? Mn square. That's sorry, this is mo square. Mo square plus what? Mo square. Hypotenuse square is the same thing as what? Mn. Okay, then we have the other side, mn square plus what? Mo square, which is the same thing as saying hypotenuse square equals what? Opposite square plus what? Adjacent square. Any of it can be opposite or adjacent. It depends on which of the angle we are looking at. Okay, so now we have our, we already know our adjacent square and opposite square to be what? 1, 1. Okay, so it means this one is 1 square plus what? 1 square, which is what? 2. 1 square is same thing as 1. 1 square is same thing as 1. So, and here for us to now get our hypotenuse, it will now be, you find the square root of both sides. So hypotenuse square will now be what? Root 2. Okay, you find the square root of both sides. Hypotenuse will be what? Root 2. So I can come here and write my what? Root 2 now. So it's as simple as that. So I've gotten my what? Mn, which is what? Hypotenuse square. So from here, I can now get my what? So ka 12 sine 45 cos 45 tan 45. Okay, very simple. See that it's very straightforward. The only thing you need to know is this angle, isosceles triangle. When we get to circle geometry, at least we'll still mention something like that too. So, but for now, you need to know this isosceles triangle for angle 45. So in case they say show that 45 is equal to this, you know what to do. Okay, so now if you look at, you don't need to cramp. If you remember this triangle, you can get your SOHCAHTOA. You remember the sides 1, 1, and 2. You get your SOHCAHTOA out. Okay, during my own time, I didn't cram it. All I just remembered is this angle. If I get this angle, I get other ones out, so that I won't have to misplace it with each other. So, so, ha, twa. Okay. Now, if you look at it very well, I have sine 45 sine 45 degree equals opposite over adjacent. So the question we will need to ask ourselves, which of the 45 degree are we looking at? So I can look at this. Let me pick this one, the one for angle O. So angle O, MON, is the same thing as what? 45 degree here. So since I'm considering this one, so automatically this one becomes what? Opposite. Okay. Then right angle triangle, this is what? Hypotenuse. And this one becomes what? Adjacent. That is like that because I'm considering this angle. Where this angle is facing, automatically it's opposite. Right angle is hypotenuse, and this is what? Adjacent. So now for sine 45 degree is equal to what? Opposite, which is O, hypotenuse, which is H. So what's my opposite here? Y. What is my hypotenuse? Root 2. You can see now. This is also, sod is also appearing here. So that is, I can rationalize. You already know how to rationalize. I don't need to show you because I've mentioned it in part 8. I've also treated this as a particular, as a topic, sort. Okay, if you don't know it, please go through, go to Facebook or go to YouTube to go and learn how to rationalize. So it means that this root 2 is simply as saying root 2 over what? 2. 1 over root 2 is simply as saying root 2 over what? Over 2. So sine 45 degree is either it is 1 over root 2 or root 2 over what? Over 2. Because most time you don't leave sod in denominator. This is numerator, this is denominator. So it's as easy as that. Okay? So you don't leave sod in the denominator. So now the other one we need to do is what? Cos 45 degree, which is car. That's adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. What's my adjacent here? My adjacent is what? Is 1. My hypotenuse is what? Root 2. Okay? So we've done so. Our so is 1 over root 2. We've done cos 45. Our cos 45 is what? Is also 1 over what? Root 2. Which is the same thing as what? Root 2 over what? Over 2. So you can see now that sine 45 degree is the same thing as what? Cos 45 degree. Very simple. Okay? Proof to show that sine 45 degree is equal to cos 45 degree. Or proof to show that sine 45 degree is equal to root 2 over 2 or 1 over root 2. Very simple. Just remember the diagram and, and move on. Then you now have tan 45 degree. What is my 45 degree? Twa. That's what? Twa. That's opposite over adjacent. So what is my opposite here? My opposite is what? 1. My adjacent is 1. So it means tan 45 degree is equal to what? Is equal to 1. Very simple. You can see that these things are what? Are straightforward. All you just need to remember is the angle. Which angle are we using for angle 45 degree? Okay, I can ask you an objective question. Which of the angle can we use to get angle sine 45, cos 45, and tan 45? I can just start playing around with the spelling of isosceles triangle. Okay, either in a jump standard or perhaps, so if you don't know how to spell isosceles triangle, you'll fall into that trap. Okay, but if you know how to spell it, then you're good to go. So very simple and straightforward. So in our next part, okay, in part 10, we'll solve 1 or 2 questions. Okay, of course, we'll share a lot of questions. By the time we start our live, of course, I'll throw it out there. Okay, if you have your own opinion, it's fine. By the time we start our live very soon, okay, it's either we solve all the questions we'll be sharing from day one on live, or we take another topic, we treat another topic and things like that, or perhaps we consult. Okay, if you know your daughter, your sons, your what are the challenges they are facing, we'll try to unravel them. Okay, so that at the end of the day we'll all be on the same page. So please continue to like, continue to share, continue to comment. Okay, let's reach a lot of young minds. Okay, some people are viewing, but they are not liking. Okay, I could see a lot of people viewing, but you are not liking. Please continue to like so that we can reach a lot of young minds. Thank you.